Hey, thanks for coming back to my channel, Navigating Betty. I am Betty. I'm going to apologize now. There's a lot of volume going on around the house. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, neighbors are playing in their front yards. It's a happy time. I even had a chance this morning to have some coffee in my backyard, listen to the birds sing. It gave me a good chance to appreciate the simplicity of the life that I'm creating and think about how far I've come, how far I want to go still. I think a lot about this theory called Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which was created by Abraham Maslow in 1943. It's an attempt to understand the motivation behind human behavior. And that's of particular interest to me because I have often wondered why I do the things I do. Maslow felt that there were 5 stages of needs. You had to fulfill each stage before you could progress to the next one. Stage 1 is R, physiological needs, and I admit I have trouble saying that word, and I had to look it up. But essentially they're biological needs. Hunger, thirst, clothes, shelter. You have to take care of those needs before you can go on to the next needs, stage 2, which are security, employment, resources, health, physical security. And whenever I started the channel, I was struggling with stage 2. I had really been committed to avoiding my circumstances. I had dug my head in the sand, but like an ostrich, head first, and I kept digging deeper and deeper until it got so dark you don't even know if you're facing up or facing down. It got so bad that all the components of my life had begun to crumble. There was no area of my life that felt safe anymore. I was going through a divorce. My car had broken down. My AC was broken down. My home was in forbearance. They were going to turn off the electricity at one point. Creating this channel was my way of trying to create a light and motivation to dig myself out. I think it worked. I knew that my circumstances were going to require drastic changes in order to get the results that I wanted to have. I wanted to feel safe in my life again. I didn't want to have the debt, and I wanted to reboot my life to get a firm standing on that stage 2 of physical safety or resources, employment. So I sold my condo in Austin and I bought this house. But then it took a lot of work and I ran out of money. Then I couldn't find a job. So I did seasonal jobs and I donated plasma and I drove for DoorDash. I felt like a failure, but I told myself that there's a job out there that I can do and is better suited for me, one that I'll like to do, one that I can do, and it'll feel good to me. And I finally found employment that is better suited to me and that I like and that I feel good doing. So I'm firmly on that stage 2, but what now? I've been in this situation before. Back in 2002, I had a job, very little debt, my car was paid off, I had no responsibilities, and I found myself taking myself to Mexico on a week-long vacation trip for my 35th birthday. And it felt wonderful and it was frightening and it was unknown. I freaked out. I didn't know how to sustain it. So I regressed. And I don't think I was trying to do it deliberately, but I knew even while I was making each of these decisions that they weren't the healthy option. I bought a new car and that created debt. I engaged myself in unhealthy relationships and that created stress and grief. I quit my job and took out my retirement. That created the opposite of wealth. But I put myself back into the situation where I know the song, I can dance to the dance. And while that has kept me dancing for the past 22 years, it never gave me a chance to go to stage 3 or 4 or 5 of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Stage 3 is connections, love, family, friends, intimacy. There's no possible way I can focus on a healthy relationship. I'm too stressed out. I have problems. And the fact that I have stress and problems doesn't make me feel great about myself. So the relationships I would form are unhealthy ones. So step 4 is esteem, where you develop self-confidence and respect and status. Step 5 is self-actualization, where you become the best version of yourself. And that is a babe I have never known. Although sometimes I think, if I just keep on going in the direction I'm in and following the light, that one day I'll peek around the corner and there she will be, my best self. And it will be like coming home. And since I want to meet that dynamic individual one day, I've been really mindful of these steps that I am taking now. You know, maybe stress and grief got me through some bad times long, long ago. And there may be a time in the future where I will need them again. But for right now, what I really need is a different set of tools, a different song to sing. And it's work. It's work to come up with new lyrics to a song I've never sung, a song that's going to uplift me rather than keep me down. I want to get to that stage 3. Just a handful of people that I feel safe with, that I feel love for, and that I know without a doubt that they feel the same for me. I want to get to stage 4 after that, where I feel enough self-confidence that I can put myself out there and behave in a way that does not undermine myself. I want to get to that point where I can say, you know what? I'm going to stay up because I've earned this and I deserve it, whatever it is. And then after that, I really want to get to stage 5. Meet that dynamic babe. It's just waiting for me. And embrace what happens next, whatever it might be. But for today, sipping coffee outside in the bright sunshine feels pretty good. Anyway, if you've been hanging out, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're having a good day.